Welcome, loves, to the Wheels of Fortune. And I have a little bit of an interesting time with introducing the mastermind or explaining the mastermind, because what's going to happen is magic, and this magic has a lot of moving parts. So on one hand, Wheels of Fortune is intended to be the most stable foundation for ultimate trauma healing. And sometimes people have a little bit of trouble with the word trauma, or a lot of people are like, I don't know, I don't think I have any trauma in me. I don't think my life was that traumatizing. Now, let's put it this way. If you grew up in Western society, and unless your parents were undercover Jesus and Kuan Yin, you have experienced some form of soul fragmentation. Now, when I speak of wounding or trauma, it isn't necessarily this immense dramatic happening that completely changed your childhood or the course of your life. It could be, but often it's a little more subtle than that. And to put it simply, it means that at some point in time, some part of you started to believe a lie. You started to believe something that was out of resonance with the truth of nature and out of resonance with true source frequencies. If you're still unsure, let me just ask you a couple questions. Are you experiencing absolute sovereignty in your reality, energetically and physically? Do you enjoy creative freedom to the fullest? Do you experience the freedom to go wherever you desire to go, exactly when you desire to go? Do you live in a home or in homes that reflect your innermost being? Do you have love relationships that mirror you the depth of love that Mother Nature holds for you? Do you experience orgasmic bliss that is beyond conception for most, and yet so natural to our being? Do you have friendships that are so deep and intimate, you laugh your ass on every time you are around each other, and at the same time, you are consciously co-creating an existence of heaven on earth with your tribe? Do you experience the ultimate financial abundance, which is simply a byproduct of your creativity? Do you get to nourish yourself with the most fresh and wholesome foods filled with radiant life force? Is your body at peak health and filled with energy and utmost vitality? If the answer is yes to all, well, either skip this video, babe, or please be my sensei. If this is not how your life currently looks, there is a high chance you are still experiencing trauma or some sort of soul fragmentation in your field and in your body, which is part of the school of life, at least in this incarnation experience. And we are here to walk out of it, transmute this, heal this together, not alone, not isolated. So this 9-month container will serve as your template for a complete and absolute source reconnection, meaning you will get all the healing tools you'll ever need, which will create a foundation so strong you can build a fucking sky-high temple on that shit. And on the other hand, it is a mastermind that is going to activate your pleasure body from the root up. Through in-depth sexual energy cultivation, we are restoring the original blueprint of your light body. That is the foundation for a pleasure receptive body, a sexual and sensual state of being, a creative state of being, which is, yes, you guessed it, a bliss state of being. And it is called Wheels of Fortune. Because naturally, if we restore our original nature and source connected beingness, our original blueprint, your experience is one of fortune. And on a last note, it wouldn't be a mastermind if we didn't bring miraculous beings together. So the focus is to connect intimately in our life calls. An intimate, real-ass roundtable of oracles coming together to all arise and truly create heaven on earth. So now, let's get into it and let's look at each energy center in depth. Welcome to our 9-month mastermind called Wheels of Fortune. We are utilizing the structure of the chakras to clear out our energy body, our light body, from any trauma, any wounding, distortions, DNA imprints, seals, or implants that keep us from experiencing our soul reality, a life filled with beauty, abundance, a life experienced in orgasmic bliss. In this 9-month mastermind, we will go deep and make sure that you have the most stable foundation for embodied healing. I see it as the walk-in process into the original blueprint of our light body. We will take our sweet time for every single chakra, and that means we will dedicate a whole month for every single energy wheel, which allows us to go really deep, and it allows us the integration time that is needed for true embodied healing rather than just intellectual knowledge. Each module will consist of one pre-recorded energy transmission that is intuitively created based on the current needs of the group and, of course, in relation to the energy center. Each module will have a meditation, a quantum journey, or embodiment practice that allows us to let these codes sink in deep. For each module, we will meet live via Zoom and get together as the council, as the mastermind of oracles. These live Zoom meetings will serve as a Q&A, but also as an intuitive healing space in which we all will be necessary cogwheels for each other's healing. That means that every single woman joining this mastermind will be a puzzle piece to another woman. These meetings will be very intimate without any masks. We will meet each other in our essence here, and nothing makes us feel safer and allows us to thrive more than community. So here I am to create a net of strong women that will support each other so deeply it goes beyond this existence. And if you know me, you know I don't care about intellectual understanding. My goal is truly that we will walk out of these 9 months as the embodied avatar consciousness, or at least as the foundation to create a life as the embodied avatar, as the Empress embodiment of purity and truth. Our module 1 is the Earth Star Chakra, which is the energy wheel that connects us to the Earth core, the planetary consciousness, and is our fundamental connection to Gaia. In this module, we will connect to the seed consciousness of the nature of existence. We will get very familiar with all of the basics that we need for our deep purification journey of our 9-month light body walk-in. This will be the module of core foundations. Here we will explore everything you need to know in regards to trauma, DNA imprints, implants, and distortions, how they affect us, where they originate from. We will establish a shared vocabulary that allows us to communicate effectively and get us all on the same level of understanding. We will dive deep into belief systems, what belief systems are, how they play out, and how to detect them. Here you will receive the Ayama process, which allows you to completely unravel your subconscious belief structures, the energetic laws that govern your life. With the process, you will be able to upgrade them into energetic laws, aka belief systems that reflect your core essence and will therefore mirror your highest truth rather than seeing unconscious programming projected into your reality. In this process alone, you will learn how to change your life everlastingly, and it is one of the most potent practices and processes that I originally developed for myself, and it will assist you in your journey now and for many, many, many years to come. We will also learn about the truth of shadows, the depth of shadow integration through a lens of a multidimensional shamanic perception. You will deeply understand your body as the true shamanic and multifaceted healing instrument. In our root chakra module 2, we will explore our connection to the planetary consciousness, our connection to existence itself and existential safety, our sense of belonging. When we work with distorted geometries in the root, our whole sense of time perception is falsified. We don't process time through the connection to planetary consciousness, yet we perceive a warped time construct in which we completely overestimate what's possible in 1 year and don't work with what's possible in time frames of 10, 40, 60, or 100 years. In that, we feel a constant rush of anxiety, a constant self-deprecating thought loop of we're not doing enough, we're not working hard enough, rather than working blissfully on our legacy and working in states that are aligned to our highest soul expression. Through the false rooting system, we are plugged into the concept of aging rather than the simple experience of aliveness and existence itself. A continuance of perpetual rejuvenation by drawing energy from the earth through a healthy root. Therefore, in this module, we will work with your true time perception and uproot false roots connected to the artificial matrix overlay on earth and plant them back into the original, biological, natural, planetary consciousness. In this module, we will remove any DNA imprints that keep us connected to a slave paradigm, removing the worship gene, which is made of the guilt and servant reversal that tricks us into believing we are not right or lawful here on earth. We are here by mistake, by accident, which comes with the inexplicable guilt we feel when occupying space, the sense of not belonging, guilt for existing, which causes us to perpetuate slave mentality and behavior, which results in an experience of artificial created poverty. In that, we will remove any slave imprints, implants, and brandings from our light body. We will clear up the gates of life and death, which are the cervix, the perineum, and the vaginal opening, that causes our life force and spirit energy to leak, resulting in the artificial process of aging, and causes the energy body to leak upon death rather than to have the energy move upwards. This has us remain in a loop in which we are used as batteries for lower non-self-sustaining forms of planetary intrusion. Here we will learn how to establish and contain our life force, cultivate our life force, and remove any seals or implants that dramatically decrease our life force or forces our energy to move down and out rather than up our spine. We will in that start to learn the basic principles of sexual energy cultivation, which will change our life and our energy access beyond comprehension. We will clear any conception and birth trauma and transmute any soul fragmentation that may have occurred and that causes a disembodied experience. The sacral chakra is the wheel of creation, and in this module we will deeply heal our connection to pleasure itself, the pleasure of creation. We will ultimately purify your creations by redirecting the source of your creativity and drive for expression back to the eternal womb of creation. By working in the profound and sacred realm of sexual energetics, we will purify the way you relate to your creations, and in that, how your creations are received by your reality. We will go deep into the multidimensional nature of sexual wounding and ancient distortion imprints, healing the reversal implant that has us mistake pain for pleasure. Yet we will learn how to sit with the depths of our pain, because the way we sit in our pain is the way we sit in our pleasure. And so without any avoidance or any suppression, we will learn how to experience the totality of this existence. Since avoidance or suppression is one of the greatest creation blockages. Energy output and input, creating and receiving, are one and the same. So the process of purification of this energy center is vital when it comes to aligned financial flow. We will transmute the reversal that causes us to focus and process lack and absence, which is the deep DNA imprint of scarcity. By re-establishing the golden womb, the palace of pure creation, we eliminate all compulsions that forced us to create from fear, survival, or pleasing of lower thought forms and desires. In this module, we will clear out patterns of artificially induced shame, anything that is creating unworthiness in our sacral, any sense of brokenness of our sexual organs and sexual functions, any leftover shame of past defilements or contaminations. We will transmute and reverse the internal mechanic that induces the spasm orgasm. we will seal the pathway that leads to the mechanical release of life force. The mechanically induced spasm orgasm is a process of siphoning creative energy and life force. A natural and true orgasmic experience is a full body opening and a heart field implosion that leads to the strengthening of one's electromagnetic charge in the auric field. The clitoral or cervical spasm is the result of a seal that is preventing the spiritual supercharge by having your sexual energy move out and down rather than up the spine while fueling your organs. This is how the life force of the priestess has been mechanically siphoned on multidimensional levels. No physical or mechanic stimulation can lead us to a divine experience, and our pathways have been overlaid through abuse. We will clear the deep wounding and current blockage due to the energy siphoning through forced squirting, the abuse of our holy and sacred Amrita, and the trauma connected to being mechanically milked of life force for nefarious energy manipulation. In this module, we will initiate how to work with supreme inner sexual alchemy and live from primordial power rather than draining and leaking our life force. The solar plexus is the golden sun, the wheel of fortune. And in this module, we will get to know our solar plexus as the original root chakra. Our navel is the actual center through which we receive nourishment in the womb. And as we activate this energy center properly, we are able to absorb energy through the navel again, rather than perceiving it as a dead spot in the middle of our body. The area around the navel is actually the only area that is able to store energy, to store life force, which makes it one of the most precious and potent areas of our body. In this module, we will heal the umbilical cord removal wound, the removing of the cord by force rather than allowing the natural process in which our umbilical cord just falls off whenever it's ready, is one of the greatest causes for soul fragmentation in the first moments after birth. The gateway to nourishment is forcibly cut off, which is one of the greatest sources for trauma, for panic, and survival mode. It deeply impacts our feeling of safety on this planet, our trust in this existence. Being all of a sudden cut off from vital nutrients can leave us feeling starved, frozen, suffocated, and can inhibit our action taking in this realm. Action is the cure for fear. So if there are any seals preventing us from taking action and have us stuck in a loop, we will address this in this module. We will remove any major solar plexus chakra seals that block us from taking action, revealing ourselves, and revealing our gifts. We will transmute and remove the seals that induce perpetual fear, worry, and anxiety. We will transmute any false perception and burden of control over this reality. Any unresolved aggression or anger will be brought to the surface in this module to be cleared out of your field. Divine creation requires immaculate purity, and any form of addiction plugs into the center of our divine willpower and is therefore draining the solar plexus center. This is why for this module we will clear addictions and any possessions, transmuting any action that is allowing ourselves to give our power over to something outside of us. In the module of our heart chakra, the wheel of our eternal essence, we will restore the proper energy flow of our heart's toroidal field. In this, we will go into the healing and transmutation of any heart walls, traumas, any technologies and implants that cause a reversal of the heart's vortex. If we study Taoist traditions, the heart is where a lot of energy can get blocked, which can lead to an experience of a closed heart. A closed heart is not just metaphorically. Our energy is literally blocked, which causes us to experience moments from a disconnected perception. It's like we dropped into a reality in which love doesn't exist. This is an artificial and unnatural mind-based state. Honestly, it's a robotic hell realm in which we feel like we are disconnected from the beauty that exists all around us and is accessible at all times when we're in our true heart's resonance. This is a state that is also introduced through any form of medication, contraception methods, Adderall, or antidepressants. They totally mess up the sensitive ecosystem of our natural being. Therefore, they mess up our ability to feel into the true realm of our activated heart, which is our nature. For this, to heal this, we will reintroduce the proper energetic flow that allows us to release the blockage from our high heart and release any multidimensional seals that prevent the flow of energy from the back of our heart. We are transmuting the need for attention, validation from the outside world, a need for approval from others, and in that we remove any blockages that cause weird attachments in our relationships. We will transmute any false perceptions and false mechanisms that cause jealousy, comparison, envy, or the false reality of fear of missing out. The false sense that you could ever miss out on your mission, on your soul's desires, to be too late for your mission, or to live a life that isn't yours. We will clear any transactional love distortion, any false programs we're running in regards to giving and taking, any false implants that cause you to believe that your essence alone isn't good enough to allow you to live a life full of beauty, freedom, sovereignty, and ultimate abundance. We will clear any false seal that causes you to believe that you cannot rewrite your story at any point in time, or that you cannot escape your energetic caste system you believe you're in. We will reveal any masks that keep intimacy away or that have you in a defensive energetic. With that, we will look at any inauthentic expression that results through the masks. In our throat chakra module, the wheel of purity, we are going to transmute all that is blocking effortless creation and effortless speech. The place from which we express ourselves in tone, sound, and language is one with the place from which we create life itself. So what goes in through our mouths, down our throat, plays just as much a part of it. When what comes out and gets in through our throat is pure, we experience a frequency of higher dimensional living. We experience heaven on earth. And in this context, pure has absolutely nothing to do with artificially created morals. It means simply true to your heart, true to your home frequency, wherever this is, or however this looks like for you, aka realness. And in my case, I swear a lot, and it's freaking pure because it's truthful and it's a spontaneous expression of my body. So however you express in purity is totally unique. With this, we will transmute any lies that we are speaking into this reality. Actually speaking into this reality, or by behavior, or by simply not knowing what harmony feels like in our body. So anything that is expressed that is not in harmony with our body's truth will be transmuted. For that, we will embark on a seed sound activation to explore the actual true soul voice of yours. And in that, we will train each other to perceive truth in our expression. With this, we will clear any multidimensional seal that causes us to experience difficulty in accessing our seed voice, our seed sound. We are clearing energetic imprints and seals connected to secret order vows, persecution vows, ancestral vows, any head chop, hanging, choking, parallel life experiences that still impact us energetically and our expression in this reality. We will transform any voice-altering implant that leads to self-disconnection, any jaw clenching, like keep your mouth shut implant that is inhibiting our expression. We're clearing any energy siphoning vampiric mechanics that lead us to gossiping or negative speech. And with that, the disconnection that causes us to feel jealousy, that holds us back from celebrating others truly and fully, any sense of comparing ourselves to others will leave throughout this module. We are transmuting any seals or blockages that have us experience difficulties to express our innate needs and desires clearly and directly to our reality. Any energetic seals, blockages that cause difficulties to identify and communicate our emotions clearly. We will clear out anything that causes us to feel fear in expressing our true points, perspectives, and views. Any distortions that uses words to create more distance rather than intimacy. Any insecurity and embarrassment around being heard or being seen. In our third eye chakra module, we will explore the wheel of sovereignty. We will understand and explore the 7 layers of consciousness, allowing us an objective insight around our level and our current stage of being and consciousness. In this module, we will move from an artificial parallel reality back to our soul reality. Here we will clear any victim implants that cause us to be puppets to an artificial energetic construct. We will clear any implants that causes us to distrust in our own guidance. Any multidimensional imprints that have us feeling abandoned by the womb of creation, Mama Nature, the planetary mother, the cosmic father, the universal oneness, spirit, God. We are clearing any distorted imprints that have us believing that we are just making ideas up, or that any insight, any unique thought is just a random occurrence totally disconnected to the cosmic totality. And in that, the unworthiness and deep lack of reverence we have around our thoughts, ideas, and insights. They are divine, and they deserve to be treated as such at all times. We will clear any multidimensional implant or artificial influence that causes us to feel crazy for our ideas, desires, visions, insights, and perceptions. And through that, we will establish a deep connection to our spiritual heritage and cosmic guidance. We will explore thought intrusion implants and thought trauma looping techniques and clear them out of our light body. With that, we are transmuting mental slavery and clear any open portals into realms that are life force siphoning and cause soul loss. In our module of the crown chakra, the wheel of truth, we will explore our overarching energetic job description for this lifetime. We will transmute any seal and implant that causes us to feel abandoned from the divine, from oneness, from nature. We will clear any implant that causes energy harvesting in our dream state or is hijacking our dream state. We are removing any religious and spiritual conditioning from this lifetime and any DNA imprints connected to that. At this point in our mastermind, we have prepared, opened, and cultivated our channel in the previous modules to a degree in which we now are able to complete our sexual energy cultivation practice, to receive true cosmic energy rather than to live an existence in which we tap into our sacred life force resources. We will clear any seal and implants that has us in a veil of forgetfulness, a veil that causes us to identify with our character and momentary personality more than the oneness, the eternal, and the everlasting nature within us. We will clear any seals or implants that cause us to live in an artificial mental frequency prison, in which life is experienced as mundane, meaningless, where there is numbness. We will move back home. And home is a resonance in which we are able to feel the interconnectedness of all, in which we feel the sacredness of every moment and the meaning of every moment, the omnificence of all. In our last module of the Soul Star Chakra, the Wheel of Presence, we will explore 0-point consciousness, ultimate neutrality, and the frequency resonance of the cosmic womb of creation. You now have the necessary frequency calibration to create the volition of the Empress, which will serve as our upper dimensional guide, our ultimate North Star. In this, we will create the most detailed vision board you have yet created, a life book, a very structured, in-depth, detailed descriptions of the 15 dimensions of your life as the embodiment of Empress Energetics. This guidebook will bring your existence as high avatar consciousness to life, and it will serve as the reminder to what the future now space contains for you. It is a glimpse into your true life.